Hello and welcome to the Friday edition of the Locker Room with Voice of the People TV. I am Jerry Alpeliohai, and we've got a thrilling show for you today. It's all about talking about the weekend and so much to look forward to as far as the FA Cup is concerned and the Super Eagles. So much interesting news just coming in, and this will interest a lot of Nigerians as far as Eric Charles' new dispensation is concerned. We're hearing very, very interesting things as far as the Super Eagles preparation for the World Cup qualifiers against Rwanda is concerned. It seems like Rwanda is going to be in trouble in the month of March. I'm not doing this alone. I have Ikechukwu makes a controversial return this afternoon, and he said that we will see on Friday. Yeah, I am. Thank God it's Friday. Yesterday we saw a lot of fireworks, and okay, they say the rest is history. You just needed 4 goals to make Ikechukwu eat his words. Great to have you on Locker Room.
Yes, good evening, Jerry. Good evening to our viewers. Jerry, let me be very, very honest with you. I don't like the way you try to twist my words. I said this here categorically that
I don't understand.
Liverpool, this is going to be the only trophy you win this season.
Oh, really?
And me saying that let's see today is when you were saying it is certain that you will win. I mean, football cannot be predicted. Sometimes you get the very worst of results, even in your very good day.
Why you did Shalaye now?
No, I'm just telling you.
I didn't ask you to explain yourself.
I'm just telling you. I'm not saying
Are
that.
you coming from the part of trying to clear your name or which one?
No, you're trying to make me look like I don't like your. Even though I'm not a Liverpool fan.
Okay, you don't like Liverpool. That is the truth. I know. Let Liverpool fans all around the world know that this Man United Red Devil, he doesn't like Liverpool, but it is what it is. You like it or not, whatever will be, will be. Que sera, sera. All right, we understand that Mariwa will be joining us as the show progresses. I know. Okay, Mariwa is with us. Mariwa, it's good to be here on Friday. God has kept us alive, and to see a beautiful day where I see Ikechukwu for the first time. The fire, the steam of yesterday has reduced. When we are expected to fire on because we have lots to talk about on Locker Room this afternoon.
Well, it's always amazing to be here. TGIF, thank God it's Friday. Finally, Liverpool getting to the final. However, I think Ikechukwu was right. He said that's the only cup Liverpool will win. So, I mean, he was expecting Liverpool to get to the final. But he was very sure that Liverpool will not win the EPL.
No, he was still saying along the line that you will not win the match. That Tottenham was going to beat us.
Liverpool fans all over the world obviously don't like me because of you. Thank you.
Because
but
of
then
me.
Don't try to make it look
because
like.
Because of me, I don't understand. It's your own doing.
Don't try to
it's
make
your own making, not my own making.
Don't even try to make it look like. Okay, yes. I mean, this guy.
You use your hand. It's like when you use your hand to put yourself in trouble and you're not asking, saying that
in trouble.
I'm the one that's, so if I tell you to put your hand in fire, you will put your hand in fire.
No, I clearly said Liverpool. This is going to be your only trophy, but you're saying no, that I said Liverpool will not win. Yes, they go,
Okay, the records are there.
Thank God, Baiwa. Thank God Baiwa was here and he confirmed what I said.
See, the thing is that
me and you, we watched that edition before we came here.
See, you cannot defeat me in a law court. I have evidences to show that in spite of you trying to say that Liverpool was going to...
Did I say it or not?
You didn't say Liverpool was going to win. You said this will be your only trophy.
What does that mean?
But you also said Tottenham will also beat us.
No, I didn't say Tottenham will beat you. I said, no, you said you're going to defeat Tottenham. And I said, don't be too sure. Let's see today.
Tottenham was going to win. That on Friday you come and see.
No,
did you say you come on Friday you come and?
But me saying clearly that Liverpool, this is going to be your only trophy. It means that I've already given you the trophy
according
already.
To that lady, that is Atenuje.
Atenuje for Liverpool. What are they calling for your hand?
Maybe Liverpool don't give you that. As Liverpool don't give you the big
give me what's it.
I don't know.
What are they
maybe you don't go DM Klopp or John Henry. They know
because of Cody Gakpo.
Maybe they didn't sign you.
Or because of Cody Gakpo.
Maybe he was interested in playing for Liverpool and they didn't sign. They say go and meet Man U.
Or because of Cody Gakpo.
I don't know. Or maybe your babe say na Liverpool you like and you know the show.
See, if I get baby to support Liverpool fan, I will break up.
You go break up.
I will be Liverpool fan rather. I go break up.
They don't even need you.
I will break up. Well, like, come on.
They didn't even need you. Anyway, Mariwa, a lot to talk about in the exciting world of football, and most especially as it concerns the qualifiers for the Super Eagles of as far as a playing against Rwanda in the World Cup qualifiers is concerned. And with feelings we are getting, the Nigerian Football Federation is in race against time to complete the international switch of allegiance of on-loan Chelsea midfield duo, I beg your pardon, of Kani Chukwuemeka and Leslie Ugochukwu. Both players were named in the provisional list of 31 players called up by the newly appointed coach of the senior national team of Nigeria, Eric Chell, for the World Cup qualifiers against Rwanda and Zimbabwe, respectively. Ugochukwu, who is on loan to Southampton, represented France at various youth levels, but is still eligible for Nigeria at senior international level and has already submitted his papers for a switch of nationality. Meanwhile, Chukwuemeka is on loan to Borussia Dortmund. Have also applied for a switch of nationality, spawning the option of continuing with England or representing Canada. And the only fear is if their papers will be ready before the games in the month of March. It's not supposed to take time. We hope that it will come true, because if you take a look at the midfield position where these two players actually play, we need a lot of firepower in that department. And I think, for me, it's a welcome development that we are focusing on improving the midfield of the Super Eagles ahead of the game against Rwanda. They might not get lots of minutes, but we should be able to see that at least they are building something and preparing the midfield for the future, because these guys, Ugochukwu, for instance, and Kani, they are players of the future. If we have them playing for the Eagles now, at least we know that the future is bright.
There's nothing bright here.
Okay.
Absolutely nothing bright. Let's be very honest to ourselves.
Okay.
I mean, if you want to be the best team in Africa, if you want to be the best team in the world, you should have a player that can actually pin down their jersey in their club side, top club side.
Okay.
For all I care, and for and everyone following the Premier League, we know that Alex Iwobi gets more minutes than these two guys in their clubs. Alex Iwobi is playing regularly week in, week out. And Kani, who's still in Chelsea at this point, doesn't get the minutes that Alex gets. Talk more of, Ugochukwu that's left Chelsea already. Again, if we want to look at how, other people do their thing and how we want to move from point A to Z, then we should start thinking about, bringing people who can actually come into the Super Eagles squad to challenge Iwobi for that jersey. See,
how many of them do we have?
Exactly my point. So if we don't have them, let's go look for... See, I don't mind.
At least Tom Dele-Bashiru has proven that he has what it takes. If Tom Dele-Bashiru was not given the opportunity because he's not playing in a big club, because let's not forget, he's a Man City product. He had to leave Man City to start going on loan before he found his footing right now, doing well for Lazio. And the time he was invited with the Super Eagles, he was able to score and make meaningful impact. See, and for me, I prefer him over Alex, who will be playing in that number 10 position. And that is why we are even not talking about Iheanacho playing in that number 10 position. Let's not forget, for a while, Iheanacho was not performing, but we continue to manage him in that number 10 position. Iwobi has proven that he cannot consistently maintain that number 10 position. He does not have what it takes. He is more or less a player who can play behind the striker and play the free role, but not in number 10. But Tim Dele-Bashiru has proven that maybe he might be something similar.
Dele-Bashiru, apart from the goal he scored, in his last World Cup qualifiers game for Super Eagles, has shown that he's not a player who can rely on. Maybe he's got that issue with the same issue.
But the thing is that we have to keep trying.
That's the thing, right?
Because how many numbers?
We can't keep trying. We can't keep trying at this point. We're in a very bad state.
Currently, a lot of clubs don't rely on number 10. Do you know that?
How many clubs don't rely on number 10? No top club in the world and no top. See, no top team that.
How many natural number 10 that do we have in the world right now that are blazing the trail? Just name them. Apart from even maybe Luka Modric is even getting old.
See.
They are not. A lot of club sides don't rely on number 10 anymore.
That's the thing, right?
Yeah.
We have different kind of players. If you're looking at, there is a Luka Modric kind of number 10.
Yeah.
There's a Kevin De Bruyne kind of number 10. Right. No, so there's
look at Kevin De Bruyne is a better number 8.
No, it's a number 10.
For me, he does better as a number 8.
No. The truth is this, right? There is different kind of number 10. You don't expect everybody.
The traditional number 10 is what a national team needs.
Now, that's the thing, right? You don't have to have
let me bring it down. The Super Eagles needs a natural 10.
No,
because why?
No, everything needs a natural number 10.
Let me not give a lot of like Spain.
Everything.
For instance, Spain can do well without getting a number 10.
No,
a natural number 10. Okay, take a look at
okay. So let's even discuss, because before we talk about number 10, number 8, let's discuss the kind of the pattern or the formation the coach wants to play.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. The formation determines who wants to rely on the number 10.
Everything, no matter how you want to set up your team, you need a central midfielder. Because that's exactly where, today's football, when you say somebody's a central midfielder, you're discussing the number 10 role. Or an attacking midfielder, you're also discussing the number 10 role. Depends on how you want to set up your team. Now, today, Alex Iwobi, as he is today, is still very much creative than Dele Bashiru. You can discuss Dele Bashiru's work rate because he's younger, and of course he's got a lot of strength playing in the middle of the park. But what we need is a player that is very creative. We don't have that kind of player today. So we have a Nigerian league here. We can bring in some of these boys. The championship side of 2013, we have Godfrey Obabuna pairing Kenneth Omoro in the heart of the defense. A player from Sunshine Stars. In the middle of the park, we have a Sondumba who stole the show. In fact, he scored our winning goal for that championship, you remember. So, and nobody will argue against a Sondumba as a natural midfielder. He plays so well. The synergy with Mikel Obi and Ogenye Onasi was so fluid. Why can't we get somebody even in the NPFL today? I know there are a lot of them who can actually marshal that midfield with somebody else. We don't have to look outside for players who don't play week in, week out. We don't have to look outside for players who, for me, Dele Bashiru is more like a box-to-box midfielder, and he's only going to be a complement in the middle of the park, not a creative player. We need someone who can actually string the passes and play direct Super Eagles the way we've been playing for a long time. Not this.
How many midfielders do we have like that are of Nigerian descent? That's the question.
We have them in our league. That's what I'm saying. Look at Remo Stars.
Okay.
They have this quality in their team.
Who is the name of the number 10 for Remo Stars? I want us to get us. The thing is that we cannot be saying that we have them in the league. We need to be able to say this player has been actively destroying the league or showing the promise that he can be the number 10 for the Super Eagles. Because it doesn't stop like, okay, you are telling
our Chan Eagles midfield.
Okay.
Right. I mean, you call them the Super Eagles Team B, right?
Definitely.
You call them Super Eagles Team B. What stops the manager from saying, okay, these are the Super Eagles Team B, these guys are the ones, because they play in, they are going to be playing the champ because they play in the local league, right? So they are qualified automatically to play there. Why can't we bring these guys into the Super Eagles fold to fight for jersey? See, I don't have issues with inviting foreign-based players. So.
The thing is that when it comes to the national team, it's really a delicate situation because you have very limited amount of time. That's why most times a lot of coaches would want to go and see these players to be able to make decisions. Even as England is, where you're supposed to see the games most especially when you see them on TV and so on. Coaches still take their time. Like you see a Thomas Tuchel going to watch new players. Most especially when he knows he has already seen the old players. So he wants to see the new players to be able to determine whether they have the quality to make it into the team. Because let's not forget, the Super Eagles already have a first 11. Eric Tell would have been updated with how the Super Eagles play, and he must have seen tapes, and he knows the regular players. He will not just come and want to change a lot of things. So if you are looking at inviting players, you have to look at, okay, these players, what do they already have?
Exactly my
because
point.
of the short time. Because you can't go to the league and start looking for a number 10 he has not heard of.
See, that's what we have a team already. The team.
That Chan Eagles team you are talking about, playing in the qualifiers is not enough.
They've qualified and they play week in, week out. I'm saying that.
They play week in, week out, but it's not enough.
How is it not? Okay, so it's not better than Kane and Ogo that sits cold in Europe.
Whether you like it or not, Kane Nwachukwu already has a step. Okay, we have a caller. Let's take our caller. You're welcome to Locker Room. Hello. Hello, you're welcome to Locker Room.
Hello, good morning.
Yes. It's good
Yeah,
evening
good morning.
from
My name is
Nigeria.
my
Good
name
morning.
is Farid from Chicago.
Okay, Taurid from Chicago. Go ahead, Taurid.
Yeah, I mean, I like what you guys are discussing this morning because I'm a coach too. If you guys don't know,
Wow.
that's why Nigerian, yeah, that's why Nigerian soccer is always in my mind all the time.
Wow,
Number
fantastic.
one, remember 4 days later, 4 days ago, I spoke to you guys that they should look into the chant Eagles. I mean, I like the discussion you guys bring this morning because I've been thinking about it every day, every day, every day when I wake up. That's why I don't want to miss this show. Sometimes your show, I have to leave what I'm doing
Mm.
to come to the TV to come and see. Okay, number one, I can specific 3 player in that Shine Eagles for that midfield. I think about them all the time.
Mm.
Number one, there's a guy they call Fatoki.
Yes, Gabriel Fatoki.
There's another guy, Jide Fatoki. I think the
Yes.
guy is playing for.
Remo
I
Stars.
think the guy, yeah, he's playing for Remo Stars. The other guy that I picked right there is another one. His name is Papa Daniel or something. He's playing for Niger Tornadoes. And then the third guy, I think he's from Rangers. His name is what is this guy name? I forgot. That's the third guy. Those guys, they can play with Osimhen or whatever. I mean, look more. They can play with professional. They know how to play. They can put passes together. What we have problem in Nigerian team. Iwobi has sense. He can play ball, but he doesn't have power. That's look at JJ Okocha. When JJ is playing, even he have Olise, he have Thompson Olea, he have Mutu Adepoju, he have a lot of them marking for him. He have Siasia playing for him. JJ still have energy. He still have power to move his ball. Because if you can't have power, you can't move ball. And then he always have penetrative pass, final pass. We need somebody like that. I can see that boy, the Ranger boy. What's his name? I forgot his name.
Xavier Isaac.
Thank you, Isaac. That guy, he has sense. I watch them. Let me tell you something. I watch Nigerian. Sometimes when you guys are on your show, I still watch what's the league, because my team, all my house, everybody know that, oh, this guy, don't touch it. I watch Nigerian league day in, day out, every day. I can see. That's why I'm saying. I mean, that's if I have chance to talk to anybody, I will talk to them like those 3 guys, Jennifer Toki, Papa Daniel. At least 2 of them has to be on the field. That's why my mind telling me that this Eric Chell or whatever is going to do well, because he saw them by himself. I'm sure right now he has to watch the clips of against Ghana. I watch everything. I watch game Nigeria against Ghana in Ghana. I watch when they come. I watch it when they come back to Nigeria. I watch I see those 3 guys. I swear to God, we're going to be good, because I mean, Ndidi is playing like Ndidi can't mark anymore. It's not like we hate him or whatever. Anybody that's the only thing I see in Nigerian team. They already marked. Okay, you have to call Eagles. Also, Ndidi has to be there. Whatever has to be there. No, that's not the way. That's not no. If you have anybody in Nigeria, put them, join them together. That's what we call team. Sorry to take your time, but
I'm really happy to hear from you, Taurid. Definitely.
Thank you.
All
because
right.
because every day that you guys talking about, I always I'm a mission.
Yeah.
Just looking at wow. But thank you for giving me a chance anyway.
All right, we're happy to always hear from you. Thank you very much. Okay. And
thank you, my brother.
I had to look into Papa Danny. He plays for Niger Tornadoes, and I remember Niger Tornadoes went as far as the FA Cup final. Was it the Federation Cup final last season under the current under-20 coach? I'm trying to remember his name right now. And of course, taking a look at Jide Fatokun, who plays for Remo Stars, is also
there's also a Rabiu Ali. You
Rabiu
might want
Ali.
to say his age,
legend.
yes, you might want to say, but see,
he's a legend when it comes to the NPFL.
See, Liverpool. I call you Liverpool.
For the I'm a fan of Lobby Stars too.
Jerry, I will be very, 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 very honest with you. I don't have issues with all these foreign players. No, but let's make sure the Super Eagles is
compact.
If we have a foreign-based player who sits cold in Europe on the bench, knowing that the player that is playing ahead of him here is a player who plays week in, week out here, he may be forced to come down here to pick up his form and go back. We've seen them, Brazilians do these things too. Polina did it, he left Europe, he came back to Barcelona and he did very well. So
even Neymar just doing
so it. These things happen all of the time. This will always give credit to our league. I mean, imagine our league produce
They're already the 31-man professional list for crying out loud.
Okay, let's just end at the professional level.
Okay, what's your take? We already understand that even Maduka Okoye has been left out of the 31-man roster as well, meaning that he will not be part of the World Cup qualifiers against Rwanda and Zimbabwe.
For Maduka Okoye, he needs to go and sort out the allegation against him. I don't think we need him in the national team. We don't want a situation whereby we feed a particular player and that player gets us in trouble. So I think there's a whole lot of controversy surrounding him. It's good that he's out of the national team at the moment. Then for Ugo, Chukwu, and Chukwuemeka, the thing is this: I think I'm 100% behind Ike Chukwu. At least it's not controversial today. I mean, the thing is this: we've said it consistently. We do not want players that warm the bench in their club to have a starting jersey in the national team. These same players, if they were able to cut it, if things were going on the proper way for them, they would have gotten invited by England. They would not be thinking about Nigeria. That's number one. Number two, these same players, they could not cut it in their club. That's the reason why they are on loan. So Nigeria should not be an avenue for them to be able to jumpstart their career. I do not support that. I mean, Taurid has given a whole lot of insight, and it shows that he follows the local league. We have a whole lot of quality, midfielders in Nigeria in our league that if we can integrate them into the national team, they'll probably yield results for us. I think it's high time we begin to move our mind, our mentality away from it's only players that play in abroad that can do it. And that's the reason why you have players playing in Cyprus, playing in Malta, playing in Crawley Town, make the national team. It's because of this mentality, and that's the reason why a whole lot of home-based players league, they travel to Afghanistan, they travel to Kazakhstan, they travel to Tajikistan. I was catching up on something on Tajikistan, and I saw 2 Nigerians playing in that particular league. The same thing with Vietnam. I was wondering what kind of football are they playing there. It's because of this mentality of if I have not traveled out of Nigeria, nobody will give me consideration. There are a whole lot of players that do it week in, week out for the 20 clubs we have in the league that can probably, fit in and can blend in with the national team. That's another one. It's even too close for us to be thinking about bringing, Ugo and Kani in. We need to have our establishment. I remember the last time we brought Eguavon brought Gabriel in. The 2 games he played, he was fumbling. I mean, he was so nervous in that particular game, making a whole lot of mistakes. Yes, he's a good player in his club in England. However, because he was appearing for the national team for the first time, there's made a whole lot of mistakes. That's the person of Gabriel Osho. I would not have that tension in a very critical, World Cup qualifier that it will make our chances of qualifying. So as it is right now, Kani and Ugo Chukwu, they should sit down and sort themselves out while we find our established player to probably prosecute the World Cup qualifiers for us. Then later on, we can begin to integrate new blood and new faces into the national team. At the moment, we don't need anything new. Let's stick with those who we know now that can probably do the job for us. Then we can think about bringing in, all those new players much, much later, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I understand your worries and, of course, your own perspective in all of this. And, of course, if you take a look at Leslie, let's just get it right. He's playing actively for Southampton in the Premier League. He played 81 minutes in their last weekend game against Ipswich. So, meaning that he's active. He's not a bench warmer for Southampton. And for Kani, he just made this loan move away from Chelsea, and he's just 21 years. For Okochukwu, he's just 20 years of age. So those guys are still very young.
How old is Lamine Yamal?
Lamine Yamal, he's 16.
17, almost 18.
Okay.
If you don't have the quality, it has nothing to do with your age.
Wait, the thing is that we are talking about this Super Eagles. How many quality midfielders do we have that you know?
I've told you we have players in the MPFL. Let's look at them.
The MPFL.
Yes, now.
Are they really that exceptional?
See, the best team in history of African Nations Cup are the Egyptian side that won the Nations Cup between 2006 and 2010. 3 times in a row. The bulk of that team came from the Egyptian league. What makes us think we cannot get the best legs? We still discuss what happened in 2013.
Anyway.
The legs of Azibuke was part of that team.
It's not like we're just saying they should look at the league. That
we are still saying the same thing.
They're exceptionally better than the other players.
How will you know if you don't give them chance to excel?
Definitely,
who would have known Sunday Bars?
Chan Eagles. Let's not forget the Super.
How many people won the Chan Eagles game?
The Chan B team. Let's not forget this same Chan Eagles have not qualified for successful Chan until recently. Yeah, this same Chan Eagles have not been qualifying, and in the CAF Champions League,
it's not like they play the Champions League.
And the CAF Champions League, we've not been doing well. And let's not forget the time that we're talking about the league in 2013 when they were doing well. Eyimba, as at 2003, 2006, have already started building a profile for the league where everybody's now saying there's something about this league we need to look at. And let's not forget, we've brought players from the league like Sunday Uba, who also went on. We all know how his football career eventually ended. And of course, we also had Godfrey Obabona, who also did well too. So,
see what happened to Sunday Uba?
In that aspect, we'll have to give them chance at a point in time, but it has to be that the players too need to work hard. Why must
they be a bot?
They have to work hard to also earn it.
They've worked hard. That's why they made the Chan Eagles team.
All right, let's leave that.
No.
Okay, Mario, you have to say something.
No. But Jai, the thing is this: you mentioned what is the quality. You know, what kind of quality do the home base players? What kind of quality do they have? Yeah. The question is this: the foreign based players that we have, what quality do they have? Except a few of them. How many of them are top quality? The reason why majority of them
players at Liverpool will not sign. You want them to come and
play the Super Eagles. Super Eagles not bigger than Liverpool. The reason why majority of them get into the national team is because they are playing overseas. How many of our players? Let's even look at those that are playing in Europe. How many of our players can walk into a Real Madrid team, can walk into a Man City team, can walk into probably a Bayern Munich team?
How many of them can walk into a Liverpool team?
How many is Liverpool not the top club?
Which top club? Which of their midfielders is high profile? They don't have high profile midfielders now. Yes. Is it a lie? Do you have any high profile midfielders? No. So how many of them can walk into that Liverpool team? Let's start from there. Yes. Do you have any high profile midfielder? No.
The thing is that it's very funny.
What is funny?
For someone who has not seen quality midfielder in a long time, I only know a quality midfielder. Yeah, you are a fan of Manchester United. When last did you see a quality midfielder?
No, what I'm saying, I'm not saying you don't have quality midfielder. No, I'm saying you don't have high profile midfielder.
The thing is that
it's two different things.
When last did you see an high profile midfielder? So you will not know. When you see one, you will not know. So I'm not expected to answer.
Liverpool don't have. See,
wait. The thing is that I cannot answer you. You know why?
Before the beginning of the season.
Do you know why I cannot answer you?
Before the beginning of the season.
Do you know why I cannot answer you?
How many of the midfielders?
Do you know?
If you place them in the market before the beginning of the season.
Do you know why I cannot answer?
How many of these midfielders is worth 50 million?
McAllister is not worth 50 million pounds. McAllister just won the World Cup, the last World Cup, Mr. Man. And he was a starter in that team for Argentina that won the World Cup. I don't know what you are saying, because when you say some things, I will just understand where you are coming from.
Wataru and Jones.
I didn't say Endo, I said McAllister. You said any. So I brought in McAllister even Dominic Soboslai. Dominic Soboslai.
So that player is a high profile player. We were discussing their profile.
Soboslai, calm down. If you have it in the Man U squad, he will walk
I'm not denying his quality. That's the point, right? I'm saying that it's all about the profile. Because
if the Super Eagles have a quality of a Dominic Soboslai, we will not be saying
if we don't have
calm down, wait. We will not be saying he should. We will be begging him to switch.
Who?
Dominic Soboslai. If you beg him to switch,
let me tell you, you don't have the quality when it comes to individual quality in Liverpool. You have average quality. You have a good team.
Average quality.
Yes.
McAllister is average quality.
Who? So wait, you said McAllister is a top player.
Oh my God! Do you know what? There was this conversation. Was it not James, I was having a conversation about McAllister.
He's a top
Now,
player.
I think, yeah. Well, he was trying to compare McAllister to, I think, Moses Caicedo. And I
They don't
said,
even play the same role, so I don't want to discuss it.
I said they are not on the same level. Have you seen it? Is that
What?
McAllister? Have you seen him play? Have you really watched him play? He controls the midfield. The midfield is his territory.
A lot of players control the midfield.
No.
Many players control.
Casemiro controls his midfield.
Not now. Not
Eriksen
anymore. Not
controls his
anymore.
midfield.
Wait, not anymore.
Kobe Mino
They don't have
controls
the
his
legs.
midfield.
They don't. No, those ones don't have the legs.
Kobe Mino.
See, Kobe Mino's problem is there's nobody to complement
Let's not have
him.
this conversation. Bayowa, let's not even go there because so that there will not be blue murder. Yeah, so that they will not say I have committed murder in the studio. Let's not even have it. Anyway, the Nigeria Football Federation has refuted reports and claims in certain sections that they are behind the non-invitation of Leon Balogun to the Super Eagles. Let's not forget that Leon Balogun gave one interview at some point in time where he criticized the organization of the national team. And he complained about the fact that the Super Eagles not having a standard stadium where they play their home games like it is for the Three Lions and the organization. He said a lot of truth. And it looks like since that time, he has not been invited. He has been blacklisted. Even though the NFF is coming out to deny it, we all know that Leon Balogun has been blacklisted since that interview, and it looks like he has unofficially retired as far as they are concerned.
Well,
let's go to my one. Okay.
Yeah, well, definitely that will not be the first time. Remember when Victor Moses said something about the NFF? That was the last time he ever played for Nigeria. And the thing is this, I think people should begin to be able to speak truth to power. What he said in that interview, he was not insulting anybody. He was categorically stating the reality on ground. How do we have a national team that we don't have a regular stadium that we play in? Is that we are moving to Abuja or we are moving to Uyo? And we are at the mercy of the state government of Uyo. If the state government decides not to give us, a stadium to play, we have to start running around again, which is not nice. I mean, the guy actually spoke the truth. However, Leon Balogun is already 36. I mean, the thing is this: we don't have the fastest of defenders. Even the current people we have at the moment, they don't have that pace because they are already aging. How do we bring in a Leon Balogun who is already 36 into the national team? We are talking about building the team. Remember a particular point in time when the saga of appointing coaches was going on. The NFF board went to London. They went and watched PowerPoint where a coach was saying he wants to build the team around the 36-year-old, Leon Balogun, and it became an inside joke anytime we are talking about this coaching situation. To be honest with you, Leon Balogun has done his best for Nigeria. I don't think we need him in the national team. However, he comes with a lot of experience. Some people might say, why do we still have Ahmed Musa and the rest of that? Probably if they want to include him, it might be because of the experience. But I will not unconnect the fact that he's not being invited because he spoke the truth against power. It has happened to Victor Moses. It has happened to a couple of players that anytime they speak up, they get blacklisted, and the same thing is happening right now. I just hope the NFF and those handling football in Nigeria, they will be big enough to be able to take criticism. It's only in Nigeria that I see where if you criticize people the right way, they get offended, and the next thing they start butchering you. In the US, their players do it, and they get invited for the national team. I don't think if he's not saying anything malicious, I think he deserves a chance in the national team. But in any case, we know the kind of people we have in Nigeria. Anytime you speak against the Kaba starts fighting. And I hope probably maybe Elchel, if he feels it's useful for the national team, I think Elchel might probably give him a chance. That is, if the NFF are not influencing who Elchel decides to feed for Nigeria.
Anyway, to be fair to the NFF, they are also, if you take a look at, after that interview, he also played some auto qualifiers. He also was invited to talking about the last AFCON, but injury ruled him out, and age is not on his side. And where is he currently playing? He's not really active due to the fact that he's in and out injured. So if you look at all of that parameters, you would say him not being included is then entirely not the NFF's making, but his own making as well.
Well, I mean, I'm going to look at it from two fronts. yes, his age and he doesn't really have the quality at this point to actually be a starter for the Super Eagles. Let's be very honest. Like I said, I want to see Super Eagles of Taribo West and Uche Okechukwu, those quality at the back. We want to see Super Eagles where we look at having arguably the best left back in Africa in Celestine Bayero. We want to see Super Eagles where we look in the midfield and say, okay, we have the best number 10 in Africa. We look in the midfield, look at Olise, say we have the best defensive midfield in Africa. Look at every department of the Super Eagles and say, yes, we have players that can actually stroll into any top team in Africa and pick a jersey. That's Super Eagles on look up. And looking at that project, I don't think Leon Balogun, fits in that project. But then let's talk about the NFF and how they actually handle issues of criticism. One thing we don't really know how to handle or deal with in this country, or will I say we don't really know how to separate the difference between, a hate speech and a speech you hate. A speech you hate most times can actually be the truth, but then you don't have the stomach for it. We have players like Desire Okpararonze, the Super Falcons, after she actually, gave her own criticism. And then that was the last time she was invited to the Super Falcons camp. It's not just peculiar to the male football. It happens all of the time. And it's one thing we really need to deal with. Because then, if players, can no longer talk, then it becomes a big problem. Remember, it's one of those cases that cost us, arguably the best team in Africa to 2002 World Cup, where the likes of Sonny Olise and Finesse just stood their ground and say, you know what, we are going to stand behind the late coach I'm talking about Amadou Shuaibu and the big boss. I think both of them were the coach of the Super Eagles at this point. Sadly, they are both not alive today. But then they stood behind these guys, and that was the last time they got an invite from Super Eagles. So it is part of the culture here. And perhaps, it's so sad that he's learned his lesson the hard way. I'm not going to take away, the hands of the NFF, like Maiwa just said, in this whole saga. But then, unfortunately, he doesn't have the age on his side. So, speaking for him at this point is a little bit difficult for us and, for any, true loving Nigerian football fan.
All right, and of course, let's just breeze through some more updates where former England youth international Chuba Akpom hopes his loan move to French club side Lille from Ajax can help fulfill his international ambitions with Nigeria. And at 29, the 29-year-old striker who committed to Nigeria in 2019 is eligible to play for the Super Eagles as he holds dual nationality and has not represented England at a senior level. He's 29, it's going to be very difficult. He has to give them a reason why he should be a part of the team. And of course, I know that we will not be excited. Dikech will not be excited about Chuba Akpom. And of course, I know Mayowa's own reservation as far as Chuba Akpom is concerned. But meanwhile, Alex Iwobi has revealed that his dream is to win the 2025 AFCON with Nigeria. And at his age, I think winning this AFCON will be maybe his last opportunity of winning the Nations Cup. Talking about Alex Iwobi in that aspect. But we will not dwell on that. Let's talk about the Carabao Cup last night. Holders Liverpool punched their return ticket to Wembley and the League Cup final against Newcastle United after a 4-0 thrashing and 4-1 aggregate victory over a toothless Tottenham Hotspur at Anfield last night. And of course, the runaway favourites took the lead, and of course, through Cody Gakpo, and they said the rest is history. And of course, on the 16th of March at Wembley, we'll be seeing Newcastle United taking on Liverpool.
Yes, like I said, Liverpool, this is your trophy. This is the only trophy you're going to win this season. I just hope you don't disappoint your fan base by actually getting this back to back. You are defending champion, and there's no better way to defend your crown than making your way to the final by trashing Tottenham the way you did. Congratulations to you, Jerry, and I just hope Liverpool can actually do this, because if they don't, that means they will most likely be going home trophyless at the end of the season. And I don't want to see that, because they've really gave a good account of themselves. And, for beginning of the season, nobody envisaged Liverpool to be at this point, sitting comfortably 6 points adrift, second position, and with a game to play. So it says a lot about how the level of work Aaron Slot has actually put on into this particular Liverpool side. This average team with just Mo Salah and Virgil van Dijk and will I say Who else? Okay, perhaps Arnold. And these are the only guys, of course, not taking away your goalkeeper. These are the only guys that I can only look at in this Liverpool side and say, okay, yes, they have the experience to actually, chase a league title. But I mean, you're in the finals, and I just hope you get it right. I just hope Liverpool gets it right, so that I'll come back here and say congratulations to you.
Maybe we'll have a skit edition of Locker Room and then bring Ikechukwu to host it. Because the way that average word came from. Hey, Bayo, it says average Liverpool have a chance of winning their only trophy this season. All right, you saw the game, or you will have seen the replay of the game, and of course, kudos to Arne Slot and his boss.
Well, kudos to Andy Slot. Liverpool were very, they were very clinical in that particular game. They gave Tottenham no room to be able to do anything. My question has always been, why is Ange, why is he so stubborn? You are leading 1-0. You are playing a high line against a Liverpool side when you know you don't have the players to do it. I still do not understand it. And I think sometimes I think some coaches probably maybe they need a lesson in how to change their mindsets from being rigid, because I don't understand. But in any case, it was a good one. Cody Gakpo showing up. Salah is on fire again. Even Van Dijk joining the party. It shows how how incredible Liverpool has been this season. For Ikechukwu calling them average, I think Ikechukwu is trying to troll Ikechukwu of Arsenal. I think that's what he's trying to do, giving him false hope. That's the reason he continues to say this. However, it's going to be an interesting final. There is an Eddie Howe who needs to win something to justify his cup. That might be the end of Eddie Howe, with Newcastle. But in any case, good one for Liverpool. Hoping to see, how Newcastle will be able to try and contain, the attacking power of Liverpool in that particular game. Kudos to Liverpool and congratulations to you, Jerry.
Thank you very much, Marwa. Anyway, let's talk about the FA Cup. Ruud van Nistelrooy returns to Manchester United with a struggling Leicester this weekend, aiming to inflict more pain on his former club in the FA Cup as Marcus Rashford targets a fresh start with Aston Villa. Huddersfield United kick off the fourth round at home against the Foxes, and that will be later on tonight, with all the standard ties, including Villa against Tottenham and Brighton versus Chelsea. Birmingham, co-owned by former NFL superstar Tom Brady, will eye an upset against Newcastle United, while a struggling Manchester City aim to avoid a monumental shock at third-tier Leyton Orient. So, a lot of fixtures to look forward to in the FA Cup. It starts tonight with Van Nistelrooy wanting to create an impression and making the owners and the decision makers of Manchester United regret not letting him stay to the end of the season, or maybe giving him the contract as he takes on Ruben Amorim's Manchester United. I want to fancy Van Nistelrooy picking this one, but it looks like Man United knows his way around the FA Cup, so this might be their own. But Old Trafford is there for the taking. We are pressed for time, Maiwa. Old Trafford has proven to be a place where 3 points and victories come for the away team.
Well, definitely, Old Trafford has not been a ground that has been favorable to Manchester United. Losing 7 home games in a season does not make any logical sense. Manchester United, they are plagued with inconsistency. However, I think the Manchester United team, they have enough quality to be able to overcome the Leicester City side. Leicester also has been struggling. They have been battling relegation. And I think that will probably tilt to Manchester United. However, it's an FA Cup and a lot of shock do happen. So I'm looking forward to that particular game. As a Manchester United fan, I'm not expecting a whole lot. I'm just, I'm already at the level of Bakamu, just accept any result that we have. I'm just hoping that we do well. But in any case, I'm looking forward to that particular game. And I'm hoping
you're the best. All right, big thanks to the guys behind the scene. Talking about, is Arsenal still playing the FA Cup? They're out? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, they're out. Man United actually ousted them.
No, United is playing tonight.
No,
yeah.
Man United ousted Arsenal from the FA Cup. Okay,
Yeah,
all right. So, in case you're sorry, you have to watch the big boys play against the other teams who are still serious in the FA Cup. All right, big thanks to the likes of Victor, not leaving out Alex, as well as Jeremiah, and of course Ikechukwu. My name is Jerry Apelo. Saying have a fantastic weekend.